Hello, Van Halen fans. The Van Halen News Desk brings you an exclusive interview with ex-Van Halen bass player Michael Anthony. Jeff Hausman from the Van Halen News Desk and VanHalenStore.com interviewed Michael during Sammy Hagar's birthday bash down in Cabo San Lucas in October of 2008. We hope you enjoy the interview.
Michael Anthony, everybody's favorite bass player.
There we go. The guy next door, the guy you like to hang out with.
Yes. The one that the fans would most want to hear from, it seems. So I put the news on the Van Halen News Desk that we were going to interview Michael Anthony, and we got the biggest response of any story ever. People really want to hear from Michael.
They want the dirt.
Yeah.
They want to hear what the real story is, I guess, huh?
But yeah, they don't believe anyone else. Well, let's talk about Chickenfoot. And I know that's not the name, that's the code name.
I call it Chai Fu. It's kind of like, actually sounds better than Chickenfoot. No, that's like code word, code name.
Oh, there's that too.
Oh,
yeah, the code name. Is there an official name yet?
There's a couple names we've been kicking around, but nothing that we can really let out at this point. We're still putting everything together, and so when the time's right, we'll come out with everything. But right now, we're well into the recording of it. We got 9 basic tracks already recorded, and man, it's smoking.
Great. So how kick-ass is this new band?
Well, I'll tell you, being in the studio with these 3 guys, Sammy, that's one thing, I know that guy. We get along great and everything, but Joe and Chad are amazing musicians. I think people are really going to be surprised when they hear how they play in this kind of context, this kind of a unit, because Chad's normally like a funk-type drummer, with the peppers, and Joe does his instrumental thing, but in playing with an actual group with a singer, Joe's playing is like, I would say it's totally different, but it's a lot different than he would normally play his instrumental stuff, because he's covering the melodies and all the basses, and I'll tell you, people are going to be blown away listening to these 2 guys play in this kind of band. It's pretty hot.
It's obvious that you're all very excited about it, so.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually been in the studio with guys doing an actual recording situation, and I gotta say, it's just like it's like how it used to be in the beginning with Van Halen, just having fun in the studio before everything kind of turned the way it eventually did, and everybody gets everybody has their input, and everybody gets to shine, everybody gets to just, it's kind of like 4 guys just playing their asses off,
That's what everybody wants. And now, are we going to hear your background vocals, hopefully all over?
You're going to hear more background vocals than you've heard out of me in years.
That's great. People love that. That was what's been missing from Van Halen for a while, and on the last tour. But let's see.
I heard I was still there on the last tour.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. And who writes the new songs with the new band?
Sammy had a bunch of ideas when we first got together. This was back in early February of 2008. We got together and we jammed in Las Vegas at a Sammy show that I did with him Super Bowl Sunday that weekend. And that's when we decided, hey, we got to go in the studio and just see what happens here. And Sammy had a bunch of ideas, and there were, ideas that we all had. And Sammy and Joe got together, and like within a day, they had about 7, 8 ideas already going. And then the next thing you know, we're all on the phone with each other talking, and then it's almost like the next day, Joe goes, hey, Mike, I'm going to send you guys down this, I demoed up some of the stuff and whatever, and it's like, it sounded like finished stuff, he's like, he did all the instruments, just, basic stuff with the drums and bass and whatever, but, man, it was like, oh my God, we've got stuff here, great stuff to work on, and then we all got together over a weekend, and like 2 days, we demoed up 8 things.
Wow.
With just, scratch vocals with some backgrounds on it. Sammy and I took some time then, and I flew back up to San Francisco, and we did some backgrounds and stuff, but it was like, oh my gosh, look, we've already got an album going here,
So do you guys feel that this is kind of a permanent thing, like a new band, and there's going to be more than one album, or you don't know yet?
You know what? We don't know yet at this point. We're just having fun doing it, and because obviously Chad's got his commitment with the Chili Peppers, who I'm pleased to say, Chad told me the other day that they're on a hiatus now. Who knows for how long?
Okay. Yeah.
I think Flea went back to school. taking some classes at USC or UCLA or something like that, and you know, they're all doing stuff. So Chad's like, let's do it, man. Let's do this thing. So I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing or just this one CD. I know we're going to record this. We're going to finish it, and we're going to go out next year. We're going to tour behind it.
Yeah.
And those plans are pretty solid right there.
That's great. Do you know when the album and tour will happen?
We're looking at hopefully around for the album to come out, and then obviously we want it to be out for a while so that people can, you know,
and then
get comfortable with it. And then we'll go out and
tour.
Probably somewhere around the summer, early summer. We'll go out and.
And you guys might play a few Van Halen, a few Sammy, or something?
Yeah, you know, we were talking about that. Sammy and I actually talked about, you know, maybe doing a couple Van Halen, a couple of Chili Pepper songs, a couple of Satriani tunes, you know, mix that all in there too. So we'll see, because obviously, you know, we come from 3 or 4 actually, you know, solid backgrounds, and so, you know, I'm sure the fans will want to hear some of that too. So we'll throw it all in.
Cool.